Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're just going to talk about the happenings in Sussex land. Now, before we get into that, I'm not sure if you guys know, but Prince Harry's memoir has been #1 New York Times bestseller for 6 weeks in a row. Still #1 on Amazon, still #1 audiobook, and it's been released today that it has sold over 1 million copies in the United States alone. So well done, Harry, and well done, Random House. I know they're very, very happy with that book deal. Now, we haven't seen Meghan since, December, and we're in February. The last we saw of Harry was his interviews for Spare, so it's been, well over or about a month. Yet, there has been a slew of Harry and Meghan stories, to the point where a TikToker did a little bit of a deep dive into the slew of articles written about Harry and Meghan from the British press, and the amount of articles written within that 24-hour time frame was insane.
You know, it'd be kind of funny if it weren't so terrifying how the British tabloids are desperately throwing darts on a board to try and get any scandal to stick with Prince Harry and Meghan. Look at this. Google search for Prince Harry and I sorted it by date, and I would just like everyone to take stock over the sheer volume of articles that are being written about this man. And about 95% of them are just negative and they're hateful, and a lot of it is just pure speculation, and it's stuff that they just don't know, and they are just practically guessing to kind of manufacture any outrage. And a lot of it is revolving around the South Park episode and the King's Coronation. They're saying that allegedly Meghan is so upset about this episode and that they could sue, even though we have not heard anything from anybody. And also, how is it that the British media supposedly has all these royal inside sources that Meghan is just so upset about this? And apparently they have, even if Harry and Meghan lived in Timbuktu, they would apparently have sources that tell them stories about them. They're called snowflakes, they're called entitled woke dictators. There's an article in here that says that Harry made fun of a disabled woman. It's absolutely just crazy. It's all just pure speculation at this point, and it's kind of insane. We are almost at 24 hours, so here we are, one day, we're on page 11, and we finally got 2 articles posted one day ago. So that's about 11 and a half pages of just pure, just hateful articles and stuff that's probably a lot untrue, and people wonder why Harry left and why he hates the media, why he hates them.
So the fact that they haven't been seen for a while, especially Meghan, yet they dominate the articles written from the UK press and the UK tabloids, shows that the argument that so many royalist haters love to say, well, maybe they should go away and not be seen as much and not say as much, then they won't get bad press. And as we can see, well, that's a lie. And this isn't the first time. There was a period of months where Meghan wasn't seen, and they literally counted the days until the last time they saw her and wrote articles about it, calling her disappearing duchess or something of the sort. So the feeding frenzy that surrounds Harry and Meghan is manufactured by the UK press and the media in general. I mean, they know that Harry and Meghan is a cash cow. And so the royal family having an issue with them staying and wanting them to leave, or specifically Meghan to leave, because we all know they really didn't expect Harry to leave with her, that somehow Meghan leaving is going to stop people focusing on her, and that could not be further from the truth. To the point where today, Omid Scooby, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name properly, but he released an article where he talked about Sophie and Edward being in the Caribbean, the Cayman Islands and Turks and Caicos, I believe, for the past week. And I feel like everyone in the comment section was like, what? They've been on a Caribbean tour? How How do you not know that? Nobody knew. Nobody knew because the press does not care. Well, we know American press. They love the salacious tidbits when it comes to like Harry and Meghan or William and Kate. Not so much Charles and Camilla, but they love to focus on the two brothers and their wives. And you would expect the British press to talk about it, but they really didn't. Instead, it's just article after article about Harry and Meghan. And I'm wondering if that's not one of the reasons that Sophie does not like Meghan. So hear me out, okay? Sophie has been Edward's wife for years now. And when she married in, she had to compete against the other blonde beauty, Princess Diana, which, no one can compete with her. And let's face it, even Fergie got way more attention than Sophie. That marriage ended, and still Fergie continued to be in the press. And there comes Camilla, who was notorious, but for all the wrong reasons, the home wrecking and whatnot. So there's that. So Sophie's just sitting there, and you have all of these wives coming in, the girlfriends coming in, getting so much more attention than she is. Then you have Kate. Now Kate got her version of bad press, not nearly as bad as Meghan, but she got her thrashing in the press. She got her press. She got attention. Sophie, not so much. She had her little scandal, and a flashing scandal, and I believe a bankruptcy scandal, a scandal where she was caught talking smack about certain royals. But for the most part, most people really don't care about Sophie or Edward. So all of these things, all of these women are coming in, they're becoming duchesses and princesses and having their own sort of fandom. Sophie's just there, steadfastly married to Edward, not getting much attention. And then the biracial American interloper, and I use the word interloper because that's what one of the people in the press actually referred to Meghan as. But yeah, she was totally welcomed, wink, wink. So Meghan comes into play, and her and Harry collectively suck up all the oxygen. And she's sitting there thinking, I know, you have got to be kidding me. I've been sitting here putting in my time, and I'm still not a duchess? My husband is still not a duke, and this woman is coming in here. She's not like us. She's not married to the heir. And not only does she come in, takes up all the oxygen, does a fantastic job, and then turns around and says no to the BS and the abuse and walks away from the institution that I have lived most of my adult life working in or being a part of. And then they left and they're thriving? I think that bothers Sophie. Or maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think?
Oh, come on, Richard. That's only because the paparazzi aren't interested in trailing Sophie of Wessex around, because it doesn't sell newspapers, and you know it as well as I know it. You can't say Meghan compared to Sophie. It's like comparing a Ford Fiesta with a Lamborghini. The two, forgive me, Sophie's a good egg. And the royal family needs, good, hardworking, loyal people. But Meghan has star quality, which is why we keep talking about her, and we keep coming back to Meghan, because let's face it, we all miss her a bit.
But in the article, Omid made a great point about the problem of public interest for the British royal family. And let's just be real. Charles and Camilla are boring. Camilla, nobody wants to hear her talk. She's not inspiring. She's not particularly, and Charles, all he talks about is the environment, which is well and good. But you're giving speeches on the environment while you're flying to and fro in your private jet. And let's not forget, there was an article that talked about the royal family, or the British royal family, has flown enough miles collectively to fly to the moon and back. That's a lot of miles. So they're not like the blockbuster, interesting sort of couple to usher the monarchy into the modern age. A modern age which, let's keep it real, is very trying on the average person. And that's not just in the UK, globally. Things are tougher than they used to be. Then you have William and Kate. And They're trying and they're out there, but when you look at the cold hard statistics from Google searches and Google Trends, and I like to look at those because, let's face it, the 1,000,001 polls that you get are easily manipulated. But when you really look at the Google search results and the trends, William and Kate just aren't as universally appealing. And the search numbers does the talking. It says that. The height of Catherine's popularity or public interest was around the wedding. But since then, it's waning. It's waned. And as much drama as there has been, it hasn't been able to rise as much as there is interest in Harry and Meghan. So there's that. Even though they're putting William and Kate out to be the future of the monarchy, with the fashion, that seems to be a big thing with Kate. And even then, that's all she's known for. So now they're desperately trying to rebrand her by mimicking a lot of things from Meghan, most particularly her style of dress and her style of really trying to focus on being work-driven. But as per usual, it falls flat. She goes to these food banks empty-handed with a slew of photographers and was called out for it, rightfully so. Dressing like Meghan. Again, super creepy. I don't mind that she wants to have a more modern, serious sort of wardrobe for her new career as the Princess of Wales, but it's kind of creepy that it so heavily and lazily copies Meghan's outfits. You can see it's just a copy of it. Then she did the early years thing, again, another dud, because there is no substance there. And that's a running theme with the work done by William and Kate. And as much as the royal fans love to say they love William and Kate, they know that it's performative and it's lackluster and it's boring. And they know that they're addicted to Harry and Meghan. There was even a TikToker who talked about that. And his commentary about Harry and Meghan and the royal fandom and the toxicity of it all always makes me chuckle. But what he said is most definitely true. They're not really fans, some of them, of William and Kate or the royal family. More so, you're just a hater of Harry and Meghan. So you say you love them, but if you really love them, you'd focus on them. You talk about them. But most of their commentary and the content, the tweets and the posts in their accounts, it's all about Harry and Meghan, or most of it.
It's always interesting when the unmoisturized types come to my page and say, I don't care. I don't care what you're saying about the royal family, but it's just interesting that you guys are talking about how we're insulting Meghan, but you're insulting Kate. I think you're confused as to what page you're on. I am not telling you to do better. I'm telling you that if you go low, I'm going to go lower. That's basically me saying whatever you do, I'm going to also do, but I'm going to do it better. So if you want to be racist, xenophobic, bigoted, whatever, fine, be that. But understand that I'm going to attack every single negative trait, physical trait about you that I can see, and I'm going to highlight. So if Harry is being attacked by his brother because he's basically saying he doesn't want to be a part of the royal family anymore, and the brother decides to physically attack him, I'm going to say he looks like Nosferatu. When it becomes evident that Queen Consort Camilla has something to do with the diminishing relationship between the father and his sons, I'm going to call her Queen Consort Side Chick. And Kate is just bland. The read writes itself. You can just say that you don't like Meghan because this mixed race woman is overshadowing a mediocre at best white woman. You know how I know she's overshadowing her? Because you guys never talk about her, but you're always talking about Meghan. As much as you guys hate Meghan, you can't keep her out of your mouth. She could literally be doing nothing and not being seen, and you still have something to say, which tells me that you're threatened by her because you know that your future queen, Kate, is mediocre at best. And your current queen, Queen Consort Camilla, is a side chick. And the two sons, they're adulterers. Philandering cheater. And it upsets you that Harry prioritized the protection of his not only American wife, but mixed race wife over this toxic institution.
Look, all we're saying is that if Meghan Markle was a little bit more likable, maybe the press wouldn't have harassed them into fleeing the country.
You think that was her fault?
Totally. You don't see Princess Kate dealing with the same now, do you?
There's a pretty big difference between Kate and Meghan.
Exactly. Kate is quiet, submissive, proper. Meghan speaks her mind, shares her ideas, wants to destroy the crown.
An empowered woman is a dangerous woman.
Without the yin and yang, or as Harry said, without Harry and Meghan being the villains of the story, and you remove Harry and Meghan from that situation, what else is left? Kate in dresses, William angrily clenching his jaw, tightening his fists while he walks, refusing to hold Kate's hands. And did you guys see that? That red carpet where she was trying to hold his hands? Girl. I only saw it because a lot of people were posting about it on social media. I also didn't even realize until today that someone had said something to the effect of keep trying or something like that. Because we know William does not like to hold hands. Keep trying, girl. Maybe one day you'll get those hands. There was like even a couple articles about her touching his bum, and people are like, oh my God, that's so fabulous. And all I can think of, if Meghan had touched Harry's bum on a red carpet, oh my God. Stop the presses. It's the things they would have said about her. She's crass, she's Hollywood, she's vulgar, she's breaking royal protocol. I mean, they lost their minds when she held Harry's hand at his grandmother's funeral. Never mind that Zara and Mike held hands. Harry and Meghan, oh no, it's unacceptable. The double standards. That's just how it works.
Well, hello. We are talking about something very fantastic regarding these two today, this power couple, yes. Please stay tuned because the news is big. Archwell, the foundation created by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, has released their 2020-2022 Impact Report. These numbers are impeccable. 12.66 million COVID vaccines procured for global distribution with their partnership with Global Citizen, 50,000 meals served through their partnership with World Central Kitchen, and you can go on their website, archwell.com, and read the entire Impact Report. To think that they accomplished so much even during a whole pandemic. This is a lesson of doing the work versus talking about it and taking 10 years to develop an early awareness project. And I was wondering, where is Heads Together? Because we haven't heard anything about them since Harry left. Moving on. You know, if I was a ginger, they could be my parents. This photo is courtesy of _Duchess _of _Sussex on Instagram. It is a Meghan fan page. Highly recommend, which details the organizations and initiatives that Archwell has partnered with from 2020 to present. That's what you call work. Additionally, Archwell also hosted 5 families pursuing accountability against the social media industry. I love the notion of reach one, teach one. Reach one, teach one is, if I go through something, I'm going to extend my help out to you if you're going through the same thing. It's putting heads together. This is a photo of Harry whispering to Meghan, "We did that shit." And they very much so did. I want to send my deepest and warmest congratulations to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, to Archwell, to all the organizations and initiatives they have partnered with. They continue to do really great work throughout the entire world. Shameless plug, but Diana would be so proud. I can't wait to see what possible nasty comments are going to appear on this video. But as always, comment your thoughts below, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Buckingham Palace PR, this is Ashley. Camilla, Your Majesty. Yeah, no, I can say it. It almost rolls off the tongue, actually. It's supernatural. So, yes, for the coronation, everything is pretty much set. The only thing that we need, your crown. Yeah, so you don't want to wear a new one? That's commendable. Yeah, super sustainable. Absolutely. That's the first thing that people think about when they think of you guys, actually. It's frugal. Yeah, first thing I think of, for sure. So which one? Queen Mary's, but reset it with Haha, that's interesting. Yeah, so reset it with the diamonds that are known as the Great Star of Africa. Yeah, that people have been asking for us to give back for a hot minute. That's intriguing. That is an intriguing choice. So kind of throw away all of the work that we've done to rehabilitate your image and make people tolerate you. No, I love that. I love that.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.